And we embark on a captivating journey with Pulitzer Prize-winning author Nilo Cruz on his new play, Two Sisters and a Piano. South Florida Live starts right now. Now, when we come back, we're going to be talking to a Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright and actor from the show Two Sisters and a Piano. They're going to tell us all about the production and where you can catch it right here in South Florida. So you don't want to miss that right after the break. Hey, South Florida, welcome back. Now get ready to embark on a captivating tale of courage and survival in the production Two Sisters and a Piano, written and directed by Pulitzer Prize-winning author Nilo Cruz, who joins us now along with actor Maurice Compte, who plays the strict Lieutenant Portando. Welcome. Thank you guys for being here. Can you tell me a little background on what the show's about?
This play is about two sisters, two artists who want changes within the system in Cuba. And they write a manifesto and send it to the Castro regime, wanting for more openness. And as a result, the women are arrested. They spend 2 years in prison and are under house arrest. So it's pretty much the premise. And then comes this gentleman here, who plays the lead, Lieutenant Portuondo. And you want to tell us a little bit about your character, how your character changes the dynamics of the play?
Well, I mean, from the external way, there's a bit of Stockholm syndrome involved in the play, where these two women are being held captive in their own home. They're jailed, essentially. And he comes in and slowly but surely he cuts everyone else out that has been handling them or dealing with them until he's the only person that's left being in charge of them. Some romance ensues. That's one of the versions, and that's the external version of the play. The internal version, as I see it for this person, is just, it's a person who grew up in a regime. He grew up in a world where he was taught to be one way, and that way wasn't working, but he got involved in the politics of his world and the climate of his universe, and still something didn't seem right. And through it, he began to scrutinize other people, just to criticize them as part of his government agenda. But in it, a lot of the stuff that he was reading began to make sense. And through it, he came across Maria Celia, the other character, and he really became captivated by her writing. And through it, he becomes a fan of hers. When he meets her, he's already at the point where he's recognizing that some things in his life are not working, and he's very curious about her, and he really believes in some of the stuff that she wrote. He wants a change in his life, but he doesn't know how to do it. He doesn't know how to assimilate this new world that's her world, that she embodies. I think when he moves into that world, he falls in love with her. He falls in love not just with her, but with the idea of who he could become himself. But as you know, the reality of life is that it's all follow through.
And what do you hope audiences will take away from the show?
Well, the play has to do a lot with censorship.
Yeah.
And this is happening nowadays, especially in our state. There's a lot of books that are being censored, a lot of history that is being erased. And this is exactly what happens in this play, except that it happens in a dictatorial system, which is, of course, Cuba of the 1990s. So I think that audiences will, in some ways, relate to the story because we're living it nowadays.
I think, too, what sounds like the most important thing this show is that lesson that history can repeat itself. And what's so important on keeping those lessons there and reminding us why we need to stand up for what's right. So thank you guys so much. Can you quickly just remind us where and when South Florida can catch the show?
It's at the Colony Theater on Lincoln Road. We begin, tonight is our first preview.
Perfect.
And we run till February 18th. Yes.
Well, wishing you guys the best of luck. I hope I can catch the show as well. Thank you guys so much for being on the show and for telling this story, which is so important, especially here in South Florida. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.